Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Monday, that's the old one. Today is Monday. September 13th, 2021, Zoning Board of Adjustments meeting. We're going to, we have a quorum. And the first item is going to be to review the minutes of the last regular meeting held on Monday, June 7th, and Monday, July 12th.
August 2nd.
Am I reading something wrong here? I am, aren't I? Again, I'm reading the minutes again.
We didn't take action related to any record of regular meeting.
I actually made copies of them. That was what the problem is. All right, let's try this again. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to call to order and establish that a quorum is present, which there is, and review and take any action related to the minutes of the record of the regular meeting held on Monday, August 2nd, 2021. Has everyone looked at them? If I did, I copied them off.
Yep, already did.
Need a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as.
Second? Second.
So Feist and Cortese, okay.
Vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Vote 6-0 for the minutes.
Jeff Fisher with planning. I'd just like to make a quick announcement before we get into the
Okay.
regular agenda. We are now fully staffed, and we have our two new planners that have started recently. That's Kyle Warren and Rafael Alvarado. We're very pleased to have them.
Welcome aboard.
That means you're not gonna have to be working 16-hour days anymore, Jeff? 7 days a week?
No comment.
I was wondering, I got a deal from him at like 8 o'clock at night on the weekend. I thought,
Yeah,
man, he needs a raise. He's wanting
Look
a
at
raise
him.
or he.
Well, look at him, he still looks young.
I know, that's right.
Not a wrinkle?
Not a wrinkle yet.
All that cold air up north, I guess, kept my face frozen.
Kyle, what's your last name again? I was trying to write that.
Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N, Warren.
Raphael?
Alvarado?
Alvarado. Welcome.
Thank you. And Jeff has christened me a liaison to the ZBA, so I'll be getting to know everyone here a little bit.
All right.
We're easy to know.
That's right.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're just easy.
No, we're not cheap.
No, we're not cheap.
We're easy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
Jeff, can I move on, or is that it?
That's all for us right now.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Item number 3. We got all familiar with ZBA 21-19, 203 North Abe Street, Huggins. Single member district number 3, Harry Thomas. A request for approval of variances from section 502.B of the zoning ordinance to allow for front yard setbacks of 0 feet in lieu of the required minimum 25 feet for property lines facing West First Street and North Abe Street in the general commercial, heavy commercial CGCH zoning district located at 203 North Abe Street. Case was tabled from last month. Who's presenting? Jeff, you presenting?
There you go.
Just had to adjust some settings there. So I'm going to go over this very briefly because this was tabled from last month. So there's just 1 or 2 changes that we've worked out between planning, water utilities, and engineering on some of the setbacks. And we think that with this adjustment, we're going to support a closer variance on the First Street side. So let me just go over it really quickly. And again, 9 notices were mailed out. We didn't receive any in support or opposition when we re-notified. So 203 North Abe Street, so we've discussed this already. The Abe Street frontage is very narrow. It's only about 7 feet. But on the First Street side, there's about 30 feet. So engineering and planning, I'm still unanimous. We don't support the variance for the car canopies on the First Street side any closer, given that it's a very narrow frontage and it's unsafe. There's a lot of cars coming down there already. But we are open, as you can see, that very substantial right-of-way on the First Street side. If engineering was good on adjusting that 20-foot easement and possibly doing a partial easement release. So I'm going to just show you that right now. You've already seen these pictures. So discussions ensued between the applicants, utilities, and engineering, and the discussion was if, even though there's a 20-foot easement along First Street and along Bryant, that technically the canopies can't encroach into that easement legally, engineering and planning would agree with this. We would support a partial easement release of up to 5 feet, which would still allow a 10-foot offset from where their sewer line is. So this picture will give a better indication. So that green line is the sewer. So from that green line up to the end of that orange is approximately 14.4 feet, and we don't want to do decimals. So the applicant's here as well, and I think we're in agreement to allow, if the easement's 20 feet, basically north of that second yellow dotted line, release 5 feet of that easement, and that'll allow them to push their canopies 5 feet closer. So before we said we would only support a 20-foot front yard setback from First Street. Now we're willing to do 15 feet. And I think that everyone is unanimous agreement. The condition of approval for this will be that they have to get an easement release, so that's number 2, from City Council to release that north 5 feet. So the whole issue was that they didn't want the canopies really close to the sewer main, because if the city ever had to do any work there, they may have to rip up things, it'd be unsafe. So as long as there was a 10-foot setback from that easement and release that extra 5 feet, it was fine. So our conditions are essentially the same, except we've added condition 2 for the easement. So there'll be 2 conditions. They require all permits from permits and inspections. They're going to do that anyway. And then they do a partial easement release to release 5 feet of that easement, and that'll allow them to encroach 5 feet closer. So again, the front yard setback requirement in the zoning ordinance is 25 feet. Will allow them to go up to 15 if you all approve it.
Was there something about Abe Street as well? Or,
Abe Street has the same situation, but we're not in support of releasing the easement or any portion of it there, and that's just due to the traffic flow. They just don't have enough right-of-way. So that issue is just simply, not only do you have the sewer water issue, but you also have the right-of-way issue. So that one we'd like to keep 25 feet, but we are willing to give them 15 feet on First Street.
I have a question, Jeff.
Yep.
Just, well, I've driven down this several times, then I went out in Sherwood where they have the Dodge House.
Yep.
And they have those canopies. Is that primarily about the same kind of setbacks for those canopies there as it would be for A?
Are you talking the one on Sherwood Way?
Yeah, I'm in Sherwood Way, not Sherwood.
Yeah, so we used that case as reference when this one came
Right,
up.
right.
That one got a variance from the zoning board. I think it was over 10 or 15 years ago. Planning was very consistent with this. I think we wanted to go up to a certain amount, and the ZBA approved it closer.
Right.
So we didn't believe that was necessarily the best decision in that case. But I think in this case, we do believe that 15 feet is reasonable.
So it's pretty much inconsistent with that one over there with the same allowance. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Sounds good to me, thanks. Thank you.
And we do have the applicant here if you have any further or specific technical
Well,
questions.
I have a question, Jeff. Are we going to vote?
Yep.
All as one, or we're going to vote each, what y'all approving, what staff's approving, and what you're not approving? Is this all under one vote, motion?
You can make one motion. So you're in that same motion, I believe, Brendan, they could deny the first variance if you don't want to support the one on Bryant and then approve the other one, or they could do two?
Yeah, if you're approving as staff presented, you could probably do it as one motion, but if you want to do something different, I would suggest taking it as two motions.
All right. All right, and we'll, public comment, are you done?
Hi, my name's Cassandra Huggins, and I'm with Dynamic Engineering. Good to see everyone again. But we did coordinate with city staff as far as engineering's concerns of a 10-foot offset. So that's how we came to this conclusion of the partial easement abandonment, and I understand that's a separate case, but as far as the 15-foot offset in lieu of the 25-foot offset, that's how we have come to this alignment. So if you guys have any further questions, I'm available. But if not, thank you guys for your time.
So you're basically, as the staff presented it, you're going to be happy with that?
Yes, yeah, we've
Okay.
been coordinating back and forth as far
Right,
as what's
right.
acceptable for water utilities.
Yes.
And the 10-foot, I mean, that's pretty standard as far as an offset for sewer improvements.
Anybody else?
Any more questions? Pretty simple. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
Need a motion?
I make a
Hold on,
motion
hold
that
on a
we,
second. Let me get my sheet list here.
Okay.
Maybe I'm too soon on a motion. Any
Oh.
board comments?
board, I don't have any board
You
comments.
always have a comment.
You think it, but this time I don't understand.
So
They
just,
did a good job of presenting.
Okay.
just so I'm remembering from this last meeting, Abe Street or Bryant Street or whatever you want to call it is 25 feet back, right? That's what we're approving? Or that's,
That's correct. So you'd be denying the variance, so it would stay 25 feet
okay.
on Bryant
But then approving a variance on First Street.
for 15 feet. That's
Okay.
right.
And as I understand, then that's pretty much consistent, like on Sherwood Way where they have that other one, that's about where that one is too as
Okay.
well. So we're staying consistent.
Any more comments? We'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve as staff has presented to us.
I'll second that motion.
Does that work for the attorney over there? Yes, sir. So I'll have a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No nays, all in favor. Motion carries 6-0. That's too easy. That's it. Division report. Did you already do that at the beginning? Jeff?
No, that was just a general announcement, so I don't know if Zach had anything under that section or not.
I have nothing else other than to welcome the new guys. So,
And may y'all have, and may they have mercy on y'all as y'all go forward.
Next meeting agenda, next regular meeting, ZBA was scheduled to begin at 1:30 on Monday, October the 4th, 2021, in the City Hall East Mezzanine Meeting Room. Do we have an agenda yet, or cases?
I don't believe so yet.
Anybody has anything else to say? Any housekeeping items? Do you need the motion to
I'll
adjourn?
move to adjourn.
Here's a second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's a quorum.
Aye. There you go, quick and painless.
1:42 PM is the end of the meeting.